All right, Baldy, let's get our asses into the crowdfunding laboratory. Okay, everybody, now listen up. Hit the floor. Every man a tiger right now, okay? Yeah, you'd better bow to me. All right, I want all of you to take a look at this stuff that I got from some crowdfunding campaigns, and you're going to notice something pretty much right away. Here's one for you, and yeah, give it to him. Here's another one for you. If you look at them very closely, you'll discover that they've been seasoned with bullshit. Now everybody go to your posts and let's find out exactly how much there is. Be sure to use the microscope, Baldy.
Was soll das? Muss ich immer tun, was ihr sagt? Benutzt das oder das. Was ein Arschloch.
I don't know why I have such incompetent help. I'm just sitting here at the laboratory. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be supervising. All right, listen up. This one is almost totally bullshit. What is cool factor? It's the thing about a project when it's presented in crowdfunding that makes you say, that's so cool. I've got to support it. I've got to have one. I've got to do this. Or as this one guy always says,
that's cool.
Yep. Now, what is a vanity project? It's one that's done really to satisfy some urge to leave behind something that might seem to last forever. So, with that in mind, I'm going to present you with the ultimate in both, a vanity project driven by cool factor. Feast your eyes on the Death Star in space.
Hello world, my name is Blaze Sanders, and I'll be sending a Death Star into space. Did I mention it was fully operational? As an ex-NASA engineer and a huge Star Wars fan, I've been wanting to put a Death Star into space for years. The completion of the 42-year journey from A New Hope to Episode 9 seemed like the perfect time to do it, and I just wanted to give Star Wars fans everywhere a chance to join in. After 2 years of mission planning and hardware hacking, I finally booked a payload slot on the 5.5-meter United Frontiers Discovery X rocket to blast our battle station past the Kármán line, which is the defining altitude for outer space. Once in space, 8 miniature Alderaans will be released, the laser will power up, and the galaxy will know the full power of the Empire. At 1 millionth scale. Backers will be able to put their name in a space-flown memory chip or get their name etched and gold-plated in a Jedi blue, Ahsoka Tano white, or Sith red printed circuit board, or even get the entire space station after the flight. DS1 will launch in Q4 of 2019 and return to Earth for the Star Wars 9 premiere on December 20th. For fans everywhere, I've already open-sourced the hardware and software available at DeathStarInSpace.com. So that's the plan. We've got some pretty cool rewards, some awesome stretch goals. So please join me on this crazy hero's journey to put a Death Star into space. Spread the word, tell your friends, and may the Force be with you always. How was that, Bo?
Was
that the best acting you've ever seen in your life?
Oh, is that Blaze? I thought you hired somebody.
Chances are he is going to reach his all or nothing goal. It is all or nothing, as you can see right here, because this is on Kickstarter. He's incredibly close to his goal, having gotten 15,782, but as I record this, it is May 6th, 2019. He's very close. Maybe he'll make it. I'd like to think that he does because he is a dreamer, but ultimately, is it worthwhile that we're actually putting money towards something like this when there's so many other things in the world that need to be financed? Who knows? but I'm presenting it here for you because this is not going into crowdfunding hell, but we're going to put it in purgatory because while it is an exciting idea and it's a cool idea, well, it's also probably kind of a dumb idea too, isn't it? Let's move on. Continuing on into space, here's a Kickstarter that wants to let you travel to the moon in real-size spaceships. But there seems to be just one catch to that claim. Can you guess what it is? If you guess it was the small line that you see right here, underneath that title, go to the head of the class. Dress a spacesuit replica. Travel in a spaceship replica and walk on a recreation of the moon. None of these things are real. Of course, they really could never have been real, but they sure are going to make you think that it's going to be just like the real thing.
Everything is ready for launch.
3, 2, 1, fire!
Hello, we are Spaceship Gravity and we will take you to the moon. A dream we together will make real. Have you dreamed of being an astronaut, going to space and walking on the moon? This is the adventure. You will feel what it's like to be a real astronaut, travel to space and visit the moon, dressed as an astronaut in a spaceship of real size. Fly in a spaceship, go through paths that seemed to be impossible and leave your footprint on the moon. We will make spacesuits you will dress. We will recreate the spaceships of real size, those you are going to board. You are going to feel a real simulated travel to the moon. Then we recreate the lunar surface so you can walk on it and where you can see Earth, stars and the Milky Way. We also recreate a wormhole. By the one you will go back to Earth. Grown-up people, young people and children will feel this reality, will travel to the unknown. The spaceships and the spacesuits designs will depend on you.
Ángel,
Luisa,
Sofía,
William Vargas,
Juan, Isabela, Ángel Becar, Gabriela, los astronautas están en la luna. Es un tipo que va al espacio a investigar que si hay posibilidades de otros planetas que haya vida. Sí, es una persona que va a la luna y a otros planetas a conocer si se puede vivir o sacar algo de ellos como para vivir acá en la Tierra. Sí. Hace chicha en una bolsita.
pues me imagino que flotando.
pues en un baño común y corriente.
Van en bolsas porque allá no hay sistemas de tubería ni nada.
Dentro de la nave espacial hay un baño portátil.
En una bolsa.
No,
Sí,
tal vez porque no, cuando era pequeño no, de pronto no tuve ese conocimiento, no tuve esa visión.
Sí. Para descubrir más partes fuera de este mundo y saber más cosas sobre qué hay que fuera del planeta Tierra.
Claro, sería una experiencia muy chévere.
Sí,
Sí.
pues porque sería chévere ir en una nave y pues conocer otros planetas, a ver si de pronto uno consigue vida en algún otro planeta.
Sí.
sí.
Porque es nuestro satélite natural para averiguar si podemos vivir sin ella o otras cosas más sobre la luna. ¡Estamos listos para el viaje!
We will teach children about the space exploration, how spaceships and spacesuits do work, how the feeling is to travel to space and everything about our universe and how contribute to keep it safe. Everybody will have the opportunity to make the dreams come true. Be part of this great project and send us your support and your designs.
Now that was really inspiring because They really tugged at your heartstrings by bringing all those kids in with their dreams of the future and where they want to be and where they want to go. But I can't help but think that I've seen this concept somewhere before, maybe years ago. But where was it? Oh, now I remember. It was at Disneyland. I went to the moon from Disneyland. What was that like? Let's see.
On July 22nd, 1955, years before space travel was a reality, WED Enterprises and Walt Disney brought us a glimpse into the rapidly approaching future of space travel.
One of the popular attractions here is our simulated rocket trip around the moon. After entering the Disneyland spaceport, visitors may experience the thrills that space travelers of the future will encounter when rocket trips to the moon become a daily routine.
An iconic attraction that would take guests into outer space in a V-2 rocket across the stars and around the moon and safely back home again. The attraction was called Rocket to the Moon, and it was the first of its kind. As you step inside the launch pad, cast members would select your lunar rocket. You are either on Moonliner Luna or Moonliner Diana, later changed to Arcturus and Polaris. Once inside, guests would be loaded into a round theater and seated around two large screens, one on the floor and one on the ceiling, with a giant rumble created by out-of-balance air-driven motors underneath the theater. The rocket took off toward the moon, with the upper screen showing their destination and the lower screen showing where the rocket had been. Riders would see themselves propel above Disneyland, watching Anaheim disappear behind the clouds, and soon found themselves in outer space. As the rocket made a loop around the rear of the moon, a film played over the film screen, teaching facts about space. Finally, the rocket made a return trip, touching down safely in Tomorrowland. Just outside the launch pad, you could see the enormous red and white Moonliner rocket. At over 80 feet tall, it was the tallest structure in the park, 8 feet taller than the Sleeping Beauty Castle. Rocket to the Moon opened in Disneyland and was sponsored by Trans World Airlines until 1961. Over the years, Tomorrowland went through a lot of transition, trying to keep up with its message, A Land on the Move. In 1967, it was changed to Flight to the Moon, and later Mission to Mars. When 1998 came around, Tomorrowland once again endured another revitalization, and Mission to Mars was no more. Today, Red Rocket's Pizza Port takes residency inside the attraction's original building. If you're on a mission to conquer a big pizza pie, then you made it to your destination. Pizza Port is an Italian eatery that sells pizzas, pastas, and salads, with a retro spaceport look. Pizza Port is a lot of fun in its own way, but those flights to the moon were something else.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I was on that ride in Disneyland way back when, and it looks like what this guy is trying to do is bring a 1950s experience into the 21st century, when we've already landed on the moon and we've sent objects even outside the solar system into interstellar space. It's kind of quaint in a way, but there's one catch. Walt Disney, you see, didn't need crowdfunding to try and bring his idea to life. He had investors already lined up in the corporate world, plus there was an awful lot of his own money from the Walt Disney Studios going into it. This guy really can't get anybody excited about such an old-fashioned idea. He's gotten $4 from 3 backers of a proposed $100,000 that he needs. Yeah, he's a dreamer, but man, his dream is crashing and burning here in crowdfunding hell. I feel sorry for him in a way, because as a retro idea, it's great, it's wonderful, it makes you dream. But now, well, it's time to wake up, guy. It just isn't going to happen. This has been Crowdfunding Hell. One final note. We are currently only 70 subscribers away from our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Please encourage everyone you know, friends, enemies, relatives, in-laws, outlaws, anyone at all, to subscribe to this channel. Watch our videos, comment on them, tell us what you think. We would really, really appreciate it.
That's cool.